lot of people ask how I'm able to go only eating once every couple of days or once a day. And so there's been a lot of steps in that process, and I'm going to be talking about the details quite a bit in future videos and articles and things that you're going to be able to really dive into the system that I use to be able to eat less and less and be able to do more with less food. But one of the amazing supplements that I have been taking over the time that actually made a huge impact on, across the board on how my body feels, is a plant resin called Shilajit. And Shilajit is basically a plant resin that was formed when the Himalayan mountains were formed, or the Altai mountains, depending on where you're getting it. And basically what happens is when the tectonic plates smash together, they smash together a whole bunch of plant mineral bacterial matter that biodegraded over the course of millions of years. And the resin that I use is actually collected at 15,000 feet, which means that it's aged more. There's a lot more nutrient quantities in the resin versus the powder. So I don't really recommend grabbing the powder. The few times I've used it, it didn't work so great for me, but the resin is incredible. I know the powder is collected at 10,000 feet, so that difference in 5,000 feet is quite a bit of time. Gosh, what does it do? It made a huge difference in my energy levels. So my energy is better, my brain works better, it reduces anxiety, so I have kind of like a peaceful energy. It's not stimulating, so it's not like a stimulant or something. It's just so nutrient dense that it basically helps with nutrient delivery directly into your cells. So it's full of fulvic and humic acids, where the fulvic acids are used to deliver nutrients into the cell. Humic acids are actually used to power your mitochondria directly. And so this resin has 73 trace minerals, a whole list of different phytonutrients, terpenes, things that have all kind of been smashed together into this earthy resin. And usually what I do is I'll take about a pea-sized amount 3 times a day. Sometimes I will, so let me show you that. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll dissolve it in hot water, and that seems to work fairly well. But I also like putting it under my tongue because it absorbs a little bit quicker. So I'll take a pea-sized amount, put it under my tongue for a couple of minutes, let it dissolve, and then I'll just wash it down with water. I've also put it in my coffee and different things that helps to absorb some more of the nutrients from the coffee. And what I've found is just taking that a couple of times a day reduces my appetite substantially, gives me way more energy and nutrient density throughout the day. I just feel a lot better. So it's really, really great stuff. It makes you feel good. It boosts your mood. Your electrical system will work a lot better just because the minerals and things are actually getting used and absorbed by your body properly. And that part of that nutrient density is what allows you to go so long without food, is you're getting a lot more of what your body actually needs in terms of electrons, as opposed to just dumping a bunch of food in assuming your body's actually going to be using it. And so what I do is I actually have a tub, but you guys will get, when you order Shilajit from me, I sell it. It's usually in 5 or 10 gram containers, depending on the quantity that you're ordering. It comes as a sticky resin. I'm kind of going to pull some of it out of here so you can kind of see what I do. Just give me a second, just pulling it out of here. Okay, so I'll get a little bit on the end. I'm using just a spoon here. I give you a utensil. It honestly doesn't work great, but if you use like a spoon or a knife just to collect a little bit, this is actually more than I would recommend taking. So what I would do is if you pull a little bit too much out, I usually will roll it into a little ball here, and then I'll just put it under my tongue and let it soak in. You can also do this in your coffee. It dissolves really well in warm water. It won't dissolve quite as well in cold water. And so what I'll do is I'll just roll that up, put it under my tongue in my coffee, in my morning routine type stuff. It is really, really awesome stuff, but I do recommend taking it 3 times a day, taking it once a day. You may or may not notice as big of a difference, but this is one of those supplements that if there was like 2 supplements in the entire planet that I would recommend, it would be Shilajit and DHA. It'll just globally make such a huge difference for you. So it's a really, really cool supplement. I think you guys will really, really, really benefit from it. Like I said, it's really the only supplement that I consistently take. Every once in a while, my body will tell me to take some time off of it, but that's not for a couple of months. And I'll cycle a couple of weeks off, and then I'll get started on it again. But it does boost your energy. There's a lot of really cool tests that were done measuring Shilajit, like blood lactate, different things for fitness. It's completely nixed my pre-workout. I know that when I first started taking it, I ended up needing about a quarter of the serving for my pre-workout because I just absorbed so much more of it. So be aware that you might need to decrease doses on certain things that you already take. But it's pure nutrition, so there's not any synthetic crap in there. It's all from the earth. And is, a very potent superfood for really what your body needs. So I highly recommend trying it. It is awesome stuff. You definitely won't regret it. It tastes a little earthy, so some people do like dissolving it in water, and it tastes pretty good in the water. I personally love the taste, but mileage may vary on that one, but it does make you feel good. You'll notice a difference within a couple of days for sure, sometimes even quicker than that. But it is really good stuff, and that is Shilajit, so that plant resin.